You are listening to the Life Coaching Secrets Podcast, episode 202. Did you know that life coaches are needed now more than ever? I'm Frank Macri, founder of Thriving Coach Academy. I've trained over 1,000 coaches and helped them launch their own successful coaching businesses. If you want to make an incredible income and impact as a coach and have a lot of fun doing it, I'll show you exactly how to get it done. This is Life Coaching Secrets. What's up, coaches? I have a special treat for you today. I was digging through the show's past episodes and I found one that deserves a second listen. It's been one of the most inspiring episodes we've ever released, and I think you'll find so much value in it. So I'm bringing it back here for you today. Enjoy. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how to make your success inevitable as a life coach. And I'm making this episode because a lot of times when I train and support coaches, they get very eager and excited, and they start out with a lot of high energy about their coaching business. And then sometimes they get discouraged and they start wondering things like, is anything I'm doing working? Is this going to happen? When am I going to start having success? And what I found is that a lot of coaches, they are totally doing everything they're supposed to do and everything's working, but they just don't have an understanding of how success unfolds as a life coach and what success often looks like as you're launching and growing a business. By the way, I'm so excited. We are at 70 episodes on this podcast, which is so amazing. So if you haven't already and you're enjoying this show, please do remember to leave us a podcast review on Spotify or Apple. It means a lot and definitely inspires me to keep putting out episodes and does a lot for our show. So thank you for being a loyal listener. All right, so let's talk about success. So one of the fundamental beliefs that I think everyone needs to have in life is the belief that your success is inevitable. Your success is inevitable. This is a great belief to invite your own clients to try on and also try on yourself. And when you believe your success is inevitable, it really does shift the journey that's ahead of you. Because when you know with certainty that your success is inevitable, what you end up doing is you feel the certainty and the security of that belief, and then you proceed as if your success is inevitable. So when you're proceeding as if your success is already inevitable, it's already written, it's already done, then of course your success becomes inevitable because you take the actions you need to take to get the results that you want to create. So a lot of times your brain might focus on the worst case scenario or focus on you failing. And this is not a helpful place for you to go, just thinking about what if you fail? What if things go wrong? What if you entertain and give some airtime to the opposite? So what's the best case scenario? What would it look like for you to blow your own mind? All right, so having those thoughts is a great foundation for what I'm about to go into, which is talking about the different types of success that you will inevitably experience. Now, there are 3 types of success that life coaches have, and you might find that you're experiencing one of those right now, or eventually, because your success is inevitable, you are going to experience 1, 2, or all 3 of these forms of success. Now, another metaphor that I want to share with you when it comes to you approaching your coaching business is that when you think about the success you want to have in your business, it might be helpful to imagine that all of the clients and all of the impact and all the money that you want to earn, it's buried somewhere. It's buried somewhere. And absolutely no one's going to take it from you. And what you are in right now is you're just in that process of finding where it's buried. And I want you to really think if that were true and if you were to embrace that metaphor, because if you knew that all of your money is buried somewhere, I shouldn't say your clients are buried somewhere because that sounds a little bit odd, but let's just go with money. So all the money you want to make is buried somewhere. And again, no one's going to take it from you. It's not going anywhere, right? If you believe that to be true, then you wouldn't be stressed out or frantic or even impatient when it came to finding that money, because you would just think, oh, the money's there. No one's going to take it. It's not going anywhere. It's already mine.
And what you would do instead is just keep digging and exploring and searching without having any kind of freaking out happening. And if you were to hit a rock along the way as you're digging for this big treasure chest of money, would you give up? No, right? You wouldn't give up. You would just break through the rock or you would dig around it. So I want you to think about that with your business, that all of the money you want to earn, it's buried somewhere and absolutely no one's going to take it from you. You've just got to keep digging until you find it. Okay. So another concept to understand around success is that we all have this level of success tolerance in our life. And while success is something that many people pursue and want, I've noticed that when people experience success and they actually obtain it and achieve it, they freak out, okay? They get some kind of discomfort. And they don't know what to do with the success. And sometimes when you have success, people begin wondering, wait a second, do I really deserve all of this? Can I sustain this level of success? And what if this all goes away? And I have experienced this myself. And I think here's what I did when I got some coaching around it, because I had struggles when I was getting started. And then when I had success happen, and it happened in a pretty explosive way, I began to feel uncomfortable with the success. And it was odd because this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to be making good money as a coach, but I felt weird about it. And the reason I felt weird about it is because I had a rule that I was living my life by, and it was the rule that I always have to be struggling. And it was the rule that I have to struggle in order to be successful. And there was a part of me that didn't feel safe having success because I was so comfortable with my own struggle. And I want you to consider that. A lot of people are conditioned to believe that they should always be struggling and that you really need to sacrifice and struggle and suffer in order to get through life. But what if that's not true? What if you didn't need to suffer and sacrifice and struggle in order to have success in your life? One of the things that I realized as well is that suffering is optional. Suffering is optional. You do not have to suffer and struggle through life. You don't have to sacrifice in order to have an amazing life for yourself. And the thing that happens when you have that belief that you have to struggle in order to succeed, when you do succeed and when the struggle goes away, your brain freaks out because it's so used to struggle. And your brain starts thinking, well, I need to figure out something to struggle over or to be stressed about. And your brain will actually find ways to sabotage your success because it's not comfortable with it. It doesn't think it's safe to be in that energy of success. And maybe you've heard stories about people who often win the lottery and become like millionaires overnight. They go from lives where they're struggling, they've been struggling for a long time, and then all of a sudden they're winning hundreds of millions of dollars. And one of the things I found really interesting is that when there's been research done on lottery winners, most lottery winners end up broke again. They end up not having money. They end up spending their money recklessly and going back to being in a state of financial struggle. This doesn't happen for all, but it happens for many people who become these big jackpot winners. I remember reading once that 70% of lottery winners end up broke within 7 years. Isn't that wild? 70% of lottery winners end up broke on their way towards bankruptcy. And I believe that the reason this happens is because when we have a belief, when we have a rule about the type of life we should live, and even if it's a rule that's keeping us limited, when we have an experience or a result that goes in contradiction to that rule, then our brain's going to find ways to validate the old rule. And this is why one of the skills we teach our coaches about is rule book coaching. So you can help your clients know what their rules are about their life, about their success, and about who they are and what they're capable of. So you might have a rule that it is not safe for you to be successful, or that you need to always be struggling and suffering and sacrificing in your life. And what I want to invite you to consider as I'm about to share the 3 different types of success, I want you to consider that it is safe for you to be successful. It is safe for you to be successful. Like when you have success, because your success is inevitable, you can breathe into that experience and just tell yourself, I belong here. I'm home. I belong here. Okay? So let us talk about the 3 different types of success. I'm going to go over all 3, and then I'm going to share with you a couple of other big tips to know about success. So here we go. Okay, I'm so excited to share this. So firstly, the 3 types of success. There's fast success, there's explosive success, and there's gradual success. Okay, so I'm going to explain all 3 of those. So fast success is when you experience, you have your results happen very quickly. Okay, you end up having just a very high speed of like this is you are early on in a goal, and all of a sudden you start seeing results, and they're amazing results. Like for example, in the academy, usually about 50% of our coaches earn back their tuition and are enrolling paying clients within their first few months of training. So some of our coaches experience this type of success where it happens very fast. They might go from making no money to then making like a big chunk of money. Like for example, one of our coaches, Romika, I think it was just a couple months into the program, she enrolled a client for $3,000. She went from like barely making anything to making now like charging and making $3,000 per client. And another one of our graduates, Allison, she was just 2 or 3 months into the academy, and she enrolled 3 paying clients in a single day. And I think the total she made was like $7,000 or $8,000 in a single day. All right. And then another one of our graduates, Christopher, I remember that he was maybe 4 or 5 months into the program, and he enrolled some clients, and I think he had a $10,000 week, something close to like a $10,000 week. So there was this fast success that was happening very quickly. So a lot of times when this is the success that people often think is the only type of success. And I think that it's important to realize that if you don't have this type of success, it doesn't mean that anything's gone wrong. And that's one of the most important things I want you all to take from this episode, because you might see whatever goal you have, whether it be growing your coaching business or it could be a goal with your health or your body, it's very tempting to compare yourself to others. And you might see other people have that fast success, and you might think, oh, something's gone wrong because I didn't experience that too, so maybe I won't be successful like them. Maybe this is not meant for me. And that's why I'm making this episode, because I want you to know that while fast success is possible, it is not the only way that you have to experience success. So I don't want you to be discouraged if you don't have fast success with your coaching business, because there are other ways that you're going to become successful. It just means that you're going to experience a different form of success, all right? Now, I want to also give you a tip if you do experience fast success with your coaching business, because if you are traditionally coming from a mindset of scarcity around money, where you lived with a lot of lack mindset around money, and then suddenly you may have a lot of money that's thrown into your lap. This is similar to that example I gave before about people who win the lottery. Suddenly they have all these millions of dollars just thrown into their lap. What you don't want to do if or when you have fast success is you don't want to cash out. You don't want to cash out on your vision. You don't want to grab the money and run, okay? So some of my coaches in the academy, they're surprised to hear me tell them this. I reinvested pretty much all of what I made as a coach in my first 2 years. I pretty much reinvested all of that back into my business. I reinvested it in getting further coaching and mentorship. And it's because I wanted to keep growing my vision, and I wanted to have sustainable success. So sometimes when people have that fast success, it's very exciting. It's thrilling. And sometimes coaches might just cash out or grab the money and run at the expense of the sustainability for their vision. So they're costing their vision while they're having that initial success. It ends up being short term because they're cashing out on their vision. So one of the most important things to do is if or when you have fast success, you still want to be thinking with that long-term mindset. You want to be playing the long game with your business, okay? You want to think about, how can I reinvest this back into my business so I could create a sustainable money-making machine, a money-making machine that transforms lives, okay? You don't want to sabotage your success when you have fast success, all right? So That is the first type of success. So you might wonder, how can you increase the possibility of you having fast success in your business? So here is how you can increase the possibility of you having fast success. The way you do it is by taking bold actions, doing the most bold things, all right? This means you're not doing things that are just comfortable. You're not just waiting until you feel inspired or ready before you start sharing your coaching and sharing offers with people. It means that you're willing to take action even when you don't feel ready. So an example of this, a bold action might be reaching out to someone and making an offer, or posting or launching something online and taking clients on right away, making those bold offers, or reaching out to people and having bold conversations where you help them get really clear about where they are in their life and where they want to be, and boldly inviting people to work with you. So if you want to have that fast success, the best way to do it is by taking bold actions, okay? That doesn't mean just filling up your calendar and looking busy. There's a difference between taking busy action and taking bold action. Bold action is what attracts people to you and opens the door for them to work with you, where they can make that decision and get started, okay? So those are the actions that you want to focus on, just the bold action steps. That's going to increase the possibility of you having fast success in your business. All right, so let's talk about the second type of success that you can experience as a life coach. I call this explosive success, okay? So I've experienced this at times with the growth of my own business. Explosive success means that you are pretty much having the same results for a certain period of time, and then all of a sudden it shoots up, and then it comes back down to those results you had before. So for example, there have been a couple of years in my business where I might be consistently earning like $5,000 or so for several months. And then I have a $30,000 month. And then it kind of goes back down to $5,000 or $6,000 a month. Okay. Or it could look like you're making $10,000 a month. And I've experienced this too, where I've consistently made, this was years ago in my business, I'd be making like around $10,000 a month. And then boom, I'd have like a $50,000 or $60,000 month. And then it would come back down to that $20,000 a month. So I call that explosive success. It's like a volcano, how it's dormant and then it explodes and then it goes back to dormant. Okay. So this is another form of success that you might have. How do you increase the possibility of you having explosive success? Well, you take bold action steps, as I mentioned earlier, and you also show up consistently to your business. Okay. So it's about being bold and being consistent. Okay, so you're taking bold actions, but you're also being consistent. Like you're consistently showing up to your business. You're consistently putting yourself out there, connecting with people, building relationships, making offers. So that combination of being bold at times and consistency throughout is what will create moments of explosive success in your business. So that's the second type of success you can have. Okay, and then the third type of success you can have, I call it gradual success. Okay, so this is the type of success where your results gradually increase over time. And this is, I would say, of experiencing all the different types of success, this is the one that I have found that I experience the most in my business, is having the gradual success. And we hear stories often about coaches who go through the academy who have gradual success. So for example, one coach I supported, Rick, he had gradual success where he was making $6,000 and then gradually went up to $8,000 in a month, and then $10,000 a month, $12,000, $14,000, and then hit $20,000 in a month. So there was that gradual increase over time. Okay, now this type of success is available for everyone, and I really want to talk about it a little bit here. So the one thing I love telling our coaches inside the academy is that you can't enjoy the fruit the same day that you plant the seed, okay? The day that you plant the seed is not the same day you enjoy the fruit. So one great metaphor I love to introduce to coaches is the idea of your business being like a garden. And you start out by planting lots of seeds in that garden. And how do you ensure the success of that garden? You just got to keep watering it, nurturing it, tending to it. That's it. So the day you plant the seeds are not the same day you're going to enjoy the fruit. So as long as you continue to tend to the garden and water the seeds, you're going to see everything grow. You're going to see everything blossom and bloom. So how do you have gradual success in your business? Consistent action. Consistency. As long as you consistently show up to your business, you consistently move things one step forward, 1 degree forward. When I say consistency, I don't mean you have to drop every other priority in your life and only focus on your business. Because sometimes I hear people say, oh, I don't think I'm going to be successful because I can't devote 100% of my energy to my business. I would say that's a ridiculous desire to do that and think that that's even necessary. What if instead of needing to devote 100% of your energy to your business, you just needed to focus on devoting 1%? And just taking that every day, that 1%. What's the thing that move things along 1%? Keep that momentum flowing. Okay, consistency is the name of the game. Consistently showing up, consistently meeting people, telling them about your coaching, and making those invitations for them to hire you. Okay? So if you notice, of the 3 types of success, fast success, explosive success, and gradual success, it's really about taking bold action and being consistent. Okay, so in summary, if you want to have fast success, it's all about the bold action steps you take, right? The bold thing. Like, for example, it might be, you know what? I know that there's this person who has been kind of curious about my coaching, and I have a feeling that if I reach out to them and make an offer, they're going to say yes, right? That's a bold action. That's not a consistent action. It's just a one-time thing. It's kind of like the low-hanging fruit. So boom, you go make the offer. The person's like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for you to talk to me. And this is what I've been dreaming for. Yes, I'd love to work with you. Boldness, bold action steps are going to get that fast success. And then there's explosive success. Again, you need to have bold action steps sprinkled in with consistency with your business. So it's about being bold and consistent. And the gradual success is going to happen when you have that consistency. As long as you're consistently showing up, you will see your garden bloom and you'll see your coaching business grow over time, okay? Now, I want to end with a couple other comments about success that you can have with your business. One is the idea that you have to work really hard in order to be successful. So I made a podcast episode that's called Success versus Hard Work. It's called Success versus Hard Work. That could be a really good one to listen to build off of what I'm talking about here. That is episode 61. Okay, episode 61 is called Success versus Hard Work, because a lot of people think that in order to have success, you have to work harder. And that is not true. As I've revealed in this episode, I didn't even say you have to work harder to get any forms of success here. Okay. As I've become more successful in my coaching business, I've actually worked less hard. I've worked less hard, but I focused on just being consistent and taking bold action steps. Okay. So listen to the episode number 61 called Success versus Hard Work to hear more about that. And then I want to speak to the whole idea of getting rich quick. Okay. Because sometimes I think people have in their mind, they're looking for ways to get rich quick in their life. And some people wonder, is that possible to do as a life coach? I would say, well, first of all, anything's possible, but I would say that if your desire to be a life coach is to get rich quick, or really any kind of goal in your life, if you're doing any kind of opportunity, if you're doing it to get rich quick, then you will likely run into trouble, okay? Because it's possible to have those fast results, but no matter what, you're going to need to put an effort to sustain those results. So if your intention is to just get rich quick, to get the money and get out, then this might not be the career path for you. And that goes true for any type of opportunity you have in your life, okay? I know it doesn't sound sexy, but when you know that your success is inevitable, you just got to show up, be consistent, then every kind of goal you imagine, it will be able to actualize, okay? And one of the concepts I like to teach our coaches about, and if you've gone through our VIP guest access, which by the way is free and available to you, thrivingcoachacademy.com/VIP, if you want to get a sneak peek into our program, one of the trainings I share in there is on the success triangle, okay? And it's one way to make your success inevitable is by just knowing that If you imagine a triangle, there's the 3 points of it. And as long as you're having those 3 points, like you're going to just raise the possibility of your success so much higher. So one of those points is knowledge. Okay, so it's thinking, where can I learn the frameworks? Where can I have the steps laid out for me? Where can I get the information? Okay. Now, a lot of people with their goals, this is the only piece of the puzzle they have. And nowadays it's easier than ever to get access to knowledge because we have the internet. You can pretty much Google everything and find the information you need. But information alone is not enough, right? If information alone were enough, then everyone would be making all the money they want to make and have the exact body they want to have and be in the most amazing relationships and just be living their best lives. So obviously knowledge alone is not enough. It's only one piece. The other two are really what help people stand out. Okay, so the second piece is having mentorship. This means having some person or a team that can guide you and hold your hand, having people that can advise you and provide professional feedback on your journey and also hold you accountable to making sure that you're following through and taking the best action steps forward. So mentorship is huge. And then the third part of the success triangle is community. Okay, this means having other people who share the same goals and dreams as you do, being able to support one another and be on each other's side. Having that community is key. And that's exactly why we designed Thriving Coach Academy in the way that it is, because you're getting the knowledge, you're getting the mentorship, and you are getting the community to make your success inevitable. Those are the 3 pieces of success that you need for any goal. And those are the 3 components of success that we deliver. And it's why our coaches do so well, because they get all 3. Okay, so I want to leave you with the reminder that your success is inevitable. Keep being consistent with your goals, keep showing up, and you will find that you will have the success of your dreams. Thanks for listening to this episode. I'm going to finish this off with a little clip from one of our students sharing their experience in the academy. So enjoy hearing their story, and I'll see you in the next episode.
I am Yuri. I'm based in Japan. So I was working as a sales and service consultant, and I was giving the training for the people about how to make a service-based sales. And also I was coaching people in the field. So I was already doing coaching as part of my work. So that's why I read a lot of books about coachings and leaderships. And I took some of the online courses to enhance my skills about the coaching. So I guess I have already interested in the coaching several years ago. And I started to realize I really love unlocking people's potential. And I realized that I'm really good at finding the strengths in the people and allowing them to be more confident in themselves. That's why I thought life coaching is maybe my calling, and I was meant to be a life coach. I started to feel stuck in my life, especially in my career a few years ago, and I started to think about why. And I really love what I did at the corporate job. However, I realized that that's because sometimes I have to work with the people who is not really willing to work on, because it's a corporate and a contract and everything. So I started to think that I really want to pour and use my energy for the people who actually wants my support. To be honest, it felt so natural for me to signing up for Thriving Coach Academy, because my gut was somehow telling me this is the right place and this is it that I want, and this is exactly where I can get what I want. And I felt I need to sign up this school for some reason. But of course, I had a little bit of hesitation around my language barrier and the financial situation, because first of all, as for the language barrier, I am based in Japan and English is not my first language. So I thought learning everything in English and practicing everything in English might be a little bit tough for me. But I discovered that every manual and every document and everyone is really kind and easy to understand. So that wasn't the issue at all. And my second hesitation was around the financial investment, because this is by far the largest investment that I had for myself in my life. But at the same time, I didn't had a lot of hesitation because I knew this is something I want for, and I felt like I finally found the one I was looking for. So that's why I felt natural, and then yeah, I just signed up. I think the biggest success is really be able to transform my life first. Going through this experience really gave me a confidence of what I'm doing is the right thing, and also I am meant to be a life coach. And this confidence, and also the confidence that school provide about business development really helped me to take action and make decision more than ever, because I start to realize that if you don't take action and if you don't make a decision, you never understand anything. So I started to take action, and surprisingly, I already have a few paying clients, which is way faster than I thought. And another great news is that I also have an English speaking client. I didn't have a confidence to enroll English speaking client, but when I started reach out to the people and when I started have the free consultation call, one person decided to hire me as a life coach. So it was really exciting moment for me that I can do more. And I think that time really allowed me to gain more confidence and believe in myself. And it opened up so much possibility for my future as well. If you are considering signing up for TCA, I would say just go for it and trust your gut. Maybe you are doubting that if you can be a life coach, but it's simply that you haven't tried yet. And I can guarantee that TCA is the best place to learn about the skill, practice the skill, experience the power of the coaching, and also gaining the confidence. So just go for it and trust your gut and follow your dream.
Hey, would you like access to powerful coaching tools you can use on yourself and clients right away? For being a listener of the podcast, I'm giving you a VIP guest pass to get a sneak peek into my coach training program. Inside, you'll learn our coaches' secret tool they use to transform their clients' lives. And you'll also get a training on how to launch a coaching business. Just head over to www.thrivingcoachacademy.com/VIP to get started. I'll see you on the inside.